All right. The website has, or the domain name rather, is fully propagated, and this is a landing page from Q servers. If you see this on your own, it just means your domain name is fully propagated, and now you can begin to work on your website. So what we're going to do is to remove this by installing WordPress, and we are going to install WordPress from the cPanel. Remember I told you there this where is it? This email. From this email we can access. We have what we can use to access our cPanel. That is where we are going to be changing, or rather, yeah, changing our website, removing this fancy landing page that advertises Q servers, and put in that space our own beautiful and amazing website. So let's do that. We're going to access cPanel. cPanel is always the name of your website slash cPanel. So if you want to access cPanel, to just be, if I add forward slash cPanel here, I'm going to go to cPanel, or I can also click this. So what we need to log into cPanel is this username and then this password. So let me get the username first. Sky Media. The password. What is this funny thing? All right, great. So this is the cPanel of the website. This is how your cPanel will look like. But sometimes cPanel may not look like this. But this is the, let me say, standard. There are many ways cPanel could look like, but if you want it to look like this, there's a way you can set it. But if you can't do that, just tell your hosting provider to change the theme. It's usually called a theme. I think there is, yeah, paper lantern. That's, I can change the theme of this cPanel from here, but this is the standard. You can just tell your hosting provider, if you're using Q servers, this should be the automatic cPanel you get, which is the one I would say is more user friendly. Okay, so what can we do from the cPanel? One of the first things I normally do when I log into cPanel is to change the password. Remember this password? I had to copy it. It's not even something I can remember. So to change that password, click on your username and go to password and security. Click on that. When it loads, you provide the same password and you provide a new password. So this is where you can change your password from. First of all, provide the old password. You can always go back here, copy it and paste it here. Then provide your new password. So my password is very strong. Just make sure you use something that you can always remember. Confirm my password. Great. And now I can change my password. It's going to log me out and require me to log back in. Okay, so let's log back in again. Sky Media. And I provide the new password I just changed into. Great. Something else you would want to do on the cPanel, or that you can do from your cPanel. Remember I talked to you about secure SSL. Look at this, it says not secure. And that's because our website is not yet secure. Okay, I can close. I don't need this anymore. Let me quickly go to the website or the domain name Sky Media Concept.com. You find that it says not secure here. Not secure. So let us quickly fix that. You can do that from the cPanel. So that's the second thing you would want to do from the cPanel here. Remember we saw it, you can pay 6.5 for that, but there's a way you can do it for free using a service called Let's Encrypt. So if you scroll down under security and you come to just look for Let's Encrypt, or you can make a search for it from the very top here. You can type it here and search for it, but I know where it is. It's under security, and then the name is Let's Encrypt. So I click on this, and I'm going to issue a new certificate, a new SSL certificate to all of these, my domain and then my subdomains. So just click on this when you get here, issue. Leave it as it is like this, HTTP, and then click on issue again. The SSL may not appear immediately, but it will definitely appear. It may take a few, moments before it comes up. But once it is assigned, it will always be there. There are different kinds of XSL. Some are free, like the one I'm using right now. Some are not free. Some are way expensive. The SSL certificate is now installed to the domain. Okay, using this IP address. Okay, great. So let me check something. We've logged into cPanel, change password, installed SSL. Yeah, create webmail. Another thing you can do from your cPanel is to create webmail. Let's go back to cPanel home page. Let us create a webmail for the owner of this site, my friend, by the way. We go to email accounts. Under email, go to email accounts and click on that. Then we're going to click on create email. If you see, currently we have no email address, just this default one, which is really um, not anything we can use. So let us create an email address. We're going to call it, it could be info at skymediaconcept.com. It could be anything you want it to be, but I'm just going to call it abelson at skymedia.com. Then I can provide a password for the email, and I normally leave this at unlimited. Then I create the email. Success. You created abelson at skymediaconcept.com. So you can also create your an email. So when we look at the email accounts now, we have abelson at sky. You can create as much as possible. You can still create up to 998 emails. So even if you have a company of 1,000 people, all of them might not need an email, but even if all of them need an email, all of them can get an email with this small little hosting that we did. All right, so what else can we do from the cPanel? Okay, let's just install WordPress right now and start building our site. So we can remove this guy and add our own WordPress website. We'll do that by installing WordPress. So let's do that real quick. Go back to the main page of cPanel and scroll down till we get to where we can install WordPress. There are a lot of other things you can do from your cPanel though, but I'm just touching the things that we need right now. Look under this software here, you find this guy. So in some cPanels, sometimes you see this guy will be a section on its own. You see Softaculous Apps Installer will be a section on its own. Sometimes it will be under this section called Software. So I'm just going to click on Softaculous right here. From here we can install WordPress. All right, a lot of things you can install, CMSs and website builders. We've talked about all of this, but what we need here is this very one, which is the number one, and that's WordPress. So you can click overview or demo, but we don't need that. We know that this is what we want. So we're just going to click install. It is letting us know that we are installing the latest version 5.3.2, which is cool. Let's leave it there. And what else? We are now. This is a good thing to note. Always make sure that this place is empty. This very space here is empty that says directory. If it is not empty, your WordPress website will be installed into a directory of your domain. So your website might be, for example, um, Sky Media Concept slash home. That will be now where your WordPress website will be, but that's not what we want. So always leave this guy empty. If you click on this info, you can read more. It says the directory is relative to your domain and should not exist. Now to install at your domain slash directory, put the directory name there. But to install at your domain itself, leave this space empty. So always leave this space empty. All right. This is where you can give the name of your website. You can do this here, but usually I don't have to, because you can change all of this later in your WordPress website when it is installed. Uh, you should do one thing though. Give yourself admin privileges. Like, what would you call yourself? An admin. Okay. The username, set it, and also set a password. I'm going to hide this so that the whole internet will not log into this website. All right, so let me create a password. Now we have a default domain here, sorry, email here, which we have not created. What we created is Abelson, right, as Sky Media. But I'm not even going to use Abelson as Sky Media. I would love to use this guy, Gmail, instead. I prefer to use Gmail than to use the webmail when installing WordPress. So what did I do right now? I kind of skipped site name and site description because I can change that later and I'm going to show you. But I chose a username and I chose a password. What else? Nothing. Forget about choosing a theme for now. Forget about choosing a theme. Just come down here and click install. It's going to take a few moments and it will install. But before it will install, it will tell us that there is something called index.php that is sitting on the public directory. So it tells us to select this box to overwrite everything there. This index.php is actually this page right here. It was automatically installed by QServers. So we can, yes, I'm going to tick this select to overwrite because I don't want that guy to be there. So it means that it's going to be overwritten and WordPress will be installed instead of that guy. Great. Congratulations, the software was installed successfully. That means if I come back here and refresh, boom, we have my blog and then my WordPress blog. Don't worry about it, we're going to change it up. We're going to change it up and it's going to look awesome. Awesome, awesome. WordPress has been installed. WordPress has been installed. So what can we do next? We have to log into WordPress and start working on our website. To log into WordPress, you have to go through your website.com or .ng or .anything /wp admin. So you can click here to go directly, or you can just do this /wp admin. Great. This is where we log into WordPress. Provide my username, provide my password, and log in. Great, 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 great. Awesome. Now the first thing you want to do when you are here is you want to check you want to check updates to make sure that your WordPress website is up to date. And we don't have anything to update. If you have any updates, it will show here. Then I'll go back to the dashboard or to the home, and notice that it gives us a warning here. It says PHP update required. Do not be scared. Do not be scared. This is a simple thing to fix. It says we need to update our PHP. So what I'm going to do to update our PHP is to go back to the cPanel. So this is the cPanel here. This subtaculous is still cPanel though, but to access the cPanel that you knew that I showed you earlier, just click on this CP here. It will take us back to cPanel. We want to update that PHP. We got a note of warning, but you won't always get this. But just in case you get this, just know what I'm just showing you what to do. You come back here to your cPanel and locate PHP. Have I passed it? Okay, okay. Under software, this is multi PHP manager. I'm going to click on this multi PHP manager, and I can see that we currently have the version of PHP version of 5.6, and it is installed on this domain. But I want it to be the latest, so I'm going to check this my domain name, and I'm going to change this to the latest. The latest is this 7.3 here, the last one, and I'm going to click apply. Successful. So let me come back here and refresh and see if I still get this warning. Awesome, we no longer have that warning. So we have successfully solved that. What did I do? I went to the, the cPanel. I located PHP multi-admin under software, and I changed the version to a newer version. This is because WordPress is built with PHP. Now we are going to begin to work on our WordPress website.